Now,
Kev, can you tell me who you are and what you're running for and why you decided to run?
Sure. My name is Kevin Graham. I'm running for President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Chicago Lodge 7.
And can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I've been a policeman for more than 30 years. I started out as a suburban policeman. At that time I worked as both a detective and a supervisor. I originally was one of the members of Lodge 166 and helped bring in their first contract. Then I came to Chicago. I was the unit rep here. I was elected a couple of times as a board trustee in Lodge 7. Then ran for State Lodge first vice president, and for the last 4 years I had been the first vice president of the Illinois State FOP. In August of 2016, I decided that I did not want to run for re-election. I wanted to run for president of Lodge 7 because of what I've already stated, was that I was not happy with the way things were going in Lodge 7.
What do you think some of your biggest accomplishments have been? Like you mentioned the 4 and 2 schedule?
Yes. I was chairman of the work schedule committee while as a trustee at Lodge 7. And that was the work that I did with the help of 2 other people at Lodge 7, one of which is also running on my ticket, Rich Aguilar, and Bill Doherty is running as a trustee. But I was a chairman. I did all the legwork on that. I did all the calculations for that and was able to get the city to agree to the 4 and 2 schedule, which was a change for the first time in our work schedule in almost 50 years. That was a good chunk of my life for several years, was to get that up and rolling. And as we go forward, I think we can even make more improvements on that and have other schedules for people to work. The last contract that was negotiated by the Angelo administration was dismal. It did not give our members the adequate benefit bump that we needed. A contract is not just so that you stay even with where you're at. It's so that you make gains and that our members do better the next time the contract comes up. That certainly has not been the case.
Okay, let's talk about some of the things contractually that, let's talk about, for example, some losses that were made that you believe were made in the contract, in the last contract. Can you specifically cite some of the setbacks that you think the last administration negotiated?
Sure. One of the things that has gone on is that in the insurance, we're now at a tiered system and that we now pay co-pays, and that doesn't go towards your deductible. We need to go back to the system that we had in place before, which was the straight PPO system with no co-pays, and we have to reduce what we're paying in terms of our prescription costs as well.
But also, according to our system, the members are paying more of a percentage of their bill, aren't they?
They are paying more of a percentage of their bill, and it doesn't seem that we got anything in return for that.
And what about the setbacks on the contract for the young officers, like on things like duty availability?
It is unconscionable to have 2 separate police departments. One that has benefits, one that doesn't have benefits. When you are taking away 42 months of duty availability, you are setting up a wall between the younger members and the older officers. That is unacceptable. We have one union, and one union that fights for all its members.
Now let's talk about the pension. Something happened in the last contract with the pension funding that I believe you strongly disagree with. Can you describe what happened there?
Sure. In the last, during the last year, what has been accepted was that they would take, that the pension board would take less money for approximately $173 million for 2016 in exchange for the revenue from the city-owned casino.
What casino?
I don't know where that's at. Right now it hasn't been built, and I don't know when it will be built or if it will be built.
So in other words, the FOP under Angelo allowed the city to pay $170 million less into our pension fund?
For 2016.
What would you say about the fact that the city got the right to negotiate the furloughs by watch rather than by the district? Address your feelings about that.
Well, I do think it's a problem with giving up not just a seniority issue, but giving up a seniority issue that we won in arbitration. So the only way the city could have gotten that was through negotiations. That's huge. And what we should have done was had something significant for that. And it doesn't appear that we got anything for that.
And you mentioned the disciplinary process. Do you think that the members are receiving their due process in the disciplinary?
No, I don't. I believe that people are chasing ghosts. They are thinking that there's more to a story. And they're going after people after they've already been disciplined for some infraction that occurred years ago. And now they're reopening the case simply to pacify the public. And that's not fair to our members.
Okay. Now, some people are saying that your slate is just a rehash of the old citywide team. What would you say to that?
I would say that this is not a rehash of any old administration. This would be the Kevin Graham administration. We have brought in people that have experience in a number of things, and some of those people have worked at FOP before, but they've done an excellent job. Mark Donahue has been a wonderful person down in Springfield. They like him and respect him. People open the doors for him where they won't for anyone else. When you talk about some of the other members of our team, Rich Aguilar, he knows the contract backwards and forwards and is certainly willing to fight for our members. On day one, our members will know that the office is running smoothly and efficiently. What I bring to this ticket is something that nobody else does. I have state lodge experience. I have worked with other lodges, with over 200 lodges throughout the state. I know what needs to be done in Lodge 7 to make sure that no mistakes are made, that we are running smooth, that we go into our next contract negotiation and we have the best attorneys with us to negotiate the best deal we've ever had.